What's going on, y'all? We are back, the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka The Whip Show. And this one right here is special to me because I live in the 517. I live in Lansing, but we got a Detroit native on the show right now. This man is an absolute wrestling legend. We talked to him last year before AEW, and we're going to do it again because right now, as I stated, we got the wrestling legend, Rhino. What's going on, man?
Hey, Whip, how are you? Nothing, just getting ready for the show tonight, AEW Dynamite. And if you're not able to make it out, Lansing's only a short drive, but watch it on TBS.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And like he just stated, All Elite Wrestling is right back in the Motor City tonight and tomorrow for
Correct.
AEW Dynamite and
Yeah.
Collision, man. And if you don't have your tickets yet, tickets are still available at AEWTix.com.
Yeah.
Now,
I
Rhino,
recommend you showing up because last year it was so intense. The audience was great. And I think we are sold out, if not both nights, at least one night. But yeah, it was packed. It was packed. I didn't see an empty seat, man.
that's what's
So
going on, man. That's what's up.
I-
That's what's up.
I'm
Now,
looking forward to watching Will. Oh, go ahead.
I gotta ask you this. First off, you're back in the city, back in your hometown, man. You, like I said, you were here last year for
Yeah.
AEW, and you got a massive reaction. How does it feel to
Oh,
be right back home?
you know what? When I came out, the reaction, it was just incredible, and both nights, and it was just, it really gets to you. It really drives you, and especially when you see signs too. So, and the great thing I like about AEW is they price the tickets where it's affordable, not only for the fan, but for families too. So I think tickets start out at $40. So
You heard the man. Grab your tickets. It don't cost you much. Get there. You heard him. Now,
yeah, so, and then you can make a sign that says Rhino gore someone, or be creative, a little more creative than that.
hey, that's good enough. One
I'm
word,
saving all
four
my
letters.
energy for the ring. So what's that?
You that hey, it's good enough. One word, four letters. Gore.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right, right.
Now, one thing you talked about previously was how you really enjoyed that AEW locker room. Can you expound on
Mhm.
that, man?
Yeah, the men and women that wrestle for AEW, that's one of the things I really like about Tony Khan. He's an owner operator. He's there. He puts together a great locker room of stars of today, stars of yesterday, stars of tomorrow. He only has great guys in the locker room, and he does what he think is best for the not only for AEW but for the wrestling fans. So, everybody was welcoming except Christian, but I think Christian will be more welcoming this year. So, and Adam Copeland's going to be there. And just so the wrestling fans know, we haven't been in the same ring together on a national TV in years. So you might see it tonight or tomorrow. So, so you never know what could happen. But yeah, the locker room is great, and it's great to be part of it. And it's nice when you're in a locker room and you feel the warmth and the welcoming until you hit the ring. You don't know what's going to happen,
For sure, for
except
sure.
a lot of great wrestling action.
If that ain't another reason to be there, you definitely should. But dog, I gotta say this to you too,
Yes,
man. You
yeah.
you just do not quit, man. And a lot of your contemporaries have
Mhm.
hung up the boots, but you are still going strong, man, goring people left and right. With that being said, what keeps you going?
Yeah. What keeps me going is the love and passion, and to help others out, help the younger talent out. And that's because people helped me out coming up and you got to get back. And I'm very fortunate and blessed I can still do it at a high level. So, and I stay busy. I wrestle 2 to 4 times a week. And
Mhm.
it's just trying to make wrestling better than what it is, and it's in a great spot, but I feel I can still contribute, and I will. continue to contribute the best of my ability and helping the younger guys out behind the scenes, men and women. So, and out in the ring if I can. So, but I still got to keep going because these younger guys, man, can they go? Holy cow. My favorite's
Man,
Will Ospreay. Um, John Moxley, he's always been a favorite of mine. It's just there's so many favorite AEW wrestlers that that I kind of look up to, so and I'm a big fan of.
man, I love to hear that because that was actually going to be my next question. Who are some of the guys that you really want to gore out there? But you kind of touched on that already. But see, Rhino, what you don't know, I've been watching you many years. I watched you back in the day when you first started, when you were Rhino Richards. And
Hmm.
I got to ask you this, man. Did you ever imagine years later you would have had such an amazing career where guys were looking up to you like this?
You know what? No, I just work. Like still to this day, I go out there and I work uh my butt off, and and I give it 110%, and wherever it falls, and just keep on going. And but I know I can't overstay my welcome in the wrestling business. So in the wrestling ring. So when I know it's time and I can't contribute, I like being a player coach now, and eventually it'll be a time where I'm just a coach. So hopefully that's not for a few more years because I think the wrestling in a whole is on a great upswing, and it's in a great place. But I think with this generation of talent, especially looking in the AEW locker room, it's only going to get better,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wrestling
for sure.
business. And plus, coming off Redemption pay per view
Mhm.
and heading to Wembley, man, I'm excited about that. So,
That's what I like to hear, man. And like you said, AEW had this great pay-per-view, guys. So whenever you get a chance,
oh, it's
make sure you
awesome.
watch AEW pay-per-views and everything.
Yeah. And you know what? Montreal's always been a great wrestling town. And I've wrestled quite a bit in Lansing, but Detroit's a great wrestling town,
Mhm.
and Don Callis is gonna be there. And people last year, well, any building Don Callis goes into, he's booed out of the building. And it's just awesome to see the wrestling fans react. And Detroit's steeped in wrestling history. And just every time AEW comes through town, to be part of that show, whether you're a wrestling fan or you're in the wrestling ring, it's just and a historic building too here in Detroit. So it's just a great thing to be part of, and you don't want to miss history being made. So,
That's what's up, man. Well, you look, you know what? Another reason why everybody should definitely check it out, man. But before we go, we do this segment on the show. It's real simple, but I like to get into the mind of the wrestler I'm talking to, and it's called the mark out moment. And what
nice.
that is, and I'm not saying you go screaming like a little kid or whatever, but that moment when you're like, you know
I
what?
might.
Well, even though you're Rhino, you've had this illustrious career, you're about to take over All Elite Wrestling, but that moment that you've had, you're like, man, I can't believe this is my life. I can't believe this happened. Have you ever had a moment like that?
Uh, A couple times. My mark out moment when I was able to walk with Adam Copeland and Christian to the ring, on a national TV.
Yeah.
Uh, and I just hope tonight I'll have that opportunity. You never know. So, but I hope in the future there will be another opportunity. And I mean, what a couldn't have asked for a better place in AEW to do that. Um, you know, but I think, actually last year when I came out to um the ring, and the reaction I got from the fans, and I always wanted to wrestle at the Masonic Temple.
Mhm.
So, and just to hear that reaction from the audience, um that was a mark out moment. So if I had to say, those are two of my mark out moments. Just to be out there in the crowd, and I'm Michigan through and through. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving for warmer weather or anything. So I've been here my whole life, other than going on the road to wrestle. This is my home, and you can't you can't get me to leave. So, but I haven't found a better place. I know people are like, "Oh, the winters are rough," but we manage. so,
This is true.
so with
This
that
is true.
being said, that's why it's very special every time I wrestle in front of my hometown. So,
For sure, man. Well, you know what? As always, I personally want to say thank you. I know the fans want to say thank you for everything you did. And you heard the man. You need to be there. Masonic Temple,
yeah,
AEW, Dynamite, Collision. You got 2 chances. You do not want to miss this, man,
yeah,
because this is going to
and
be a
then,
historic moment in
yeah,
professional wrestling.
yeah, and it's a good night out too. It's easy in, easy out. Great, parking. You don't have to worry about all the hassle. Sometimes it's a job just to get to some events, but it's kind of like the Lansing lug nuts.
Yeah.
Easy and easy. I actually did a thing at the Lansing lug nut show. I was trying
Okay.
to
Big that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
great if you don't want to miss it.
For sure. For sure. Well, again, Rhino, thank you for your time. I know you got a lot to do today to get prepared. So, you know what? I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, and let's do some havoc tonight, man, at AEW Dynamite. All right?
Awesome. We'll see you guys there.
All right, man. Take care of yourself,
Thanks, Whip.
as always. And to everybody out there, thank you again for tuning
All
in.
right, you be good.
For sure. Make sure you get to the show. AEW Dynamite, Masonic Temple, bell time, 7 o'clock. Get there. We'll see you next time right here on the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders Podcast, a.k.a. The Whip Show.